Strange tidings bring stranger lore. Hello everyone and welcome to Strange Lore, an exciting game about science fiction. My name is Philip and I'm your strange master. And I am joined by a single woman tonight. Not in the numeral sense, not in the marital sense.
By one woman.
I am joined by a woman.
A woman.
Lauren say, "It's so nice to be here, strange master."
No, I won't.
Huh.
Thanks for having me on this channel, Philip.
Aw. So familiar calling me by my Christian name. Well.
I've known you for a little while. I think
You've known me a minute.
I've known you too long to call you strange master.
You know what? Here's a thought. You have known me longer than anyone else on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Zane. No, wait. No, it would go you, then Aaron, then Zane. Because I think I met Aaron before I met Zane.
That is very true.
And then...
Because you met Aaron when you moved out here and I was still in Dallas.
Correct, Amundo. Correct, Amundo.
Guys, we're currently discussing our own personal lore.
Yeah, we're just looking over our back lore. Honestly, this is one of those games where we're like in whatever like in the way where everything's normal and just how life goes, and so it's fine. We are down to one player tonight, so I had some ideas for what we do tonight, but I won't do them with just one. Do. But we're doing.
He doesn't want to waste his good ideas on me.
Let me ask this. No, that's not it. It's that I don't because there were things that we would need live here for. To follow what's happening with Cora and Luis. We would need both of you here. I'm not going to do stuff to Louise without you. Unless you want to do you and Ted on a date. As Louise was kind of getting towards. As Louise was like, "Do you have feelings for Ted?" And then Cora's reply to that question was madness.
Well, because like he's a nice guy, but she like
I know.
I've explained to you.
You've told me your thoughts on it. It's fine. I'm just saying that in the context of the game and what Liv was overhearing, how you brought it up was already weird. Because you were like, maybe one of us could just marry Ted, but that one woman might marry him, and we should stop that if maybe one of us should marry him. And then she was like, wait, do you have feelings for Ted? And then what you said in response to that was, Cora is an interesting person, is my point.
Okay, Sophia's here. I'm going to explain my inner thoughts for Cora and marriage. So like, Cora knows that she her father wants her to get married, and like it's kind of an unspoken thing that her father expects her to get married in order to inherit whatever her family has. So she accepts that has to be a transaction that she has to make in her life. And if she could marry somebody who she like cares for and trusts, and who is like a nice person who like literally will fight for her. I mean, he fought for Louis, but he was trying to get back to help protect Cora too. So, then she would, because that would be great. And they're gonna start a business together, hopefully, if the dice let us.
And it's never been a bad idea to get emotionally involved with somebody you're also starting a business with. That's very true.
No, but that's the thing for Cora. At least in the beginning, it wouldn't be emotional. It would just be like, hey, this is a resource that we could use. This is something that I have to offer, but we need to get married to use it. She's a businesswoman.
Who does she really want to marry?
She doesn't want to marry anyone.
That's not how you make characters, Lauren. She's your one?
She's my one. She genuinely doesn't want to get married.
And that's why she will be the only one who gets married and has children. That's
actually, I was thinking of all of them, it would be her. But it would be like, hi, James. But like she would see it as a transaction, and like because she always has, and maybe she would fall in love with somebody later, and like maybe if she and Ted got married, they would fall in love, or she would fall in love, whatever. But like
someone else. Oh my god! And then what if Ted and Louise fall in love, but she's already with Ted, and it's like.
But you know what? They could have a little weird throuple thing.
Not then they couldn't. They would be pilloried.
Well, It wouldn't be out in the open.
Wait, do you say stalked and pilloried? Hold on. Inquiring minds, namely mine, want to know. Yes.
I lotioned my hands and I picked up my drink and it's slippery and
I'm sorry. You're drinking lotion? What? No.
No.
I guess they don't. Do they say you'll be stalked and pilloried, or stalks and pillory? Stalked and pillory is definitely the thing.
I don't know. But anyway, Cora has never allowed herself to think of marriage in a like romantic sense. It's just an obligation that she has. So she would ideally want to marry somebody who like would help her as an individual person accomplish like what she wants and like that she gets along with, and she wouldn't have to like, you know, deal with somebody like Jake.
That is a great point. Well, listen.
She's not a romantic, unlike literally every single one of my other characters, except Abigail.
That's true. So what are we doing tonight? That Cora?
No.
Cora and Ted? No.
No.
Cora and Ted's wedding?
No.
Cora and Ted's transactional wedding? Niagara Falls? They'd go to Niagara Falls. It's that or Atlantic City, baby. New York City, 1949. How long?
No.
It's 47. How soon before they'd be married?
What do you mean?
The game's in 1947 right now. How long before Cora and Ted would get married?
I don't know. It depends on what they would need. Like what
in your little thing you've described.
I don't know. Maybe in a couple years, if she has to, like, if her dad's like, you know, play your little games or whatever, but you gotta get to business. She would even be the type to like, oh, I hate to say it, but she would probably like want to provide an heir to her. Not. I mean, her family's not like.
I get it.
You know, but you know.
49. Would they get married in 49? I like the idea of them getting married in 1949 because there's a Lana Del Rey song where she sings "We're Gonna Party Like It's 1949," and that really blew my mind because I was like, I bet people really did party in 1949. Halfway through a century is a big deal. Not as much as in the year 2000, but a big deal.
You don't get, as somebody who is married in real life, it's not. The tax breaks you get are not that beneficial, but sorry, answering questions in chat.
Yes, I know. See that.
But it's like, it's nice to like,
I was
even
confused what was happening.
I just say things.
As someone who's married in real life.
But like, if you have somebody that you care about that you would want to be there in like an emergency or something, like you would have to be married to them. To like if you were like in a coma or something, and you wanted that person to be able to have access to like be there for you, you would have to be married to them, unless they were family.
That is true, especially back in those older days.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm all for marriages of convenience.
I'm for marriages of inconvenience. I want to marry someone who is like not even in a different time zone. Remember the episode of Next Generation where Ro and Geordi are like out of like sync with everyone? Along with that like one Romulan?
Yes.
I want to marry someone who's that.
They're like a hologram almost.
Yeah, but you could barely see them unless you flood them with some kind of nonsense radiation.
Hakyan. I'm having to hold this with a towel.
I'm sorry, because your hands are so slippery, or because the glass is so slippery because you touched it one time?
Because my hands have lotion and the glass has condensation on the outside, and so with their powers combined, it's very slippery.
That's what we call the devil's lubricant. I noticed that you are.
I
noticed that you are wearing something vaguely green.
No, it's
Is that
gray.
Just gray? It has a greenish tint. Am I wrong, audience?
I do see what you're saying, but my light is yellow hued, so I think that's what you're saying, because this is like slate gray.
I'm explicitly okay. Then you're getting you.
But if you want to match, we match. Wow.
No, it's.
I love it. I love that we match. We planned it.
It's not.
We
matching.
match.
You're gonna get pinched, you fool.
That's true.
Because it's a holiday today. I'm wearing green. This is green.
I wore green on Friday.
You wore green Friday. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to some people last night at dinner, and my friend asked how I was going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and he's a very Irish person, and I replied by saying some very not Irish stuff. But my favorite one was, I think I said I'm going to be sober, and I'm going to be whatever, but then the last one was, and I'm going to repopulate Ireland with snakes, and I was really into saying that. It's like I can bring snakes back to Ireland to undo what happened.
Are there really no snakes in Ireland?
What a good question. Let's find out. Really no snakes in Ireland.
There are no snakes in Ireland where the pots are full of gold. And
Ireland has no snakes, but
what? They have skinks.
Here's the thing about Ireland. It never had snakes.
That's weird.
Go. They say that it's for a few different reasons. Yes, it was both. It was both the local fauna and flora was not conducive to them, and also because many other islands, snakes would either arrive there for other reasons. It's just like it was just not a hospitable place, and there wasn't much occasion for them to get there. But there are lizards because they can go in trees, and snakes can go in trees, but it's different. Point is, it wasn't St. Patrick who did it, but I think the idea of introducing them there is really cool.
I like snakes.
Is that the extent of
I wouldn't ever want to own them because they do smell weird. Reptiles smell weird. Well, I mean, like, they're cages.
Sure.
Like, even if you clean them, they smell like musky.
I had a friend who.
And also, I can't do live rat feedings, which I would want to if I had a snake. Like,
yeah, that's what they eat.
But I couldn't.
I had a friend who had a snake. His snake was named Hiss. The snake did eat live rats, and it was weird when it would happen because the jaw gets really big, and then it just has a big bump in it for a while. It's very strange. It doesn't need very many though.
Yeah, I think they eat like once every 2 or 3 weeks or something.
This one was a little over once a week, yeah, something like that. Is this dance music? I apologize. That's probably not right for this, or maybe it is. Okay, so Lauren, listen.
I like how we've talked about like our personal lore, the lore of Ireland and snakes.
The life of Lauren.
Lauren's lore. For a long time, when I was younger, I was like, maybe I should go by lore.
Sure.
And now I wish I would have, because that would have been cool.
Because of the villain from Next Generation.
And then this channel would be all about me.
I would have named it something fucking different.
Get lost, lore.
Get lost. That sounds like a sitcom. Get lost, lore. Is it because you want to be like Lore from Star Trek?
No, I didn't know about him back then. But I wanted a nickname real bad. And I didn't want to be called Ren because of Ren and Stimpy.
I know a Ren though. She's cool.
Well, now I think that name is cool.
Now it's
but
fine.
Anyway.
Back then, don't be Ren.
Yeah.
Or your nickname just kind of Stimpy.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we playing?
That's a good question.
We're gonna do Cora and Ted.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a little bit of I'm gonna do a little bit of math in my mind for a moment to figure out what I'm about to have you roll a die.
Which one?
The size of the die is to be determined because I have to determine what my parameters are.
I have many.
You really
These
do?
aren't even
Okay.
all of them.
I'll tell you what. Fuck it. I want you to roll a d12.
Ooh, we never use those.
But here's the thing. And also, I'm going to tell you what I most want you to roll. Because but the thing is, that's tricky. Because that would be fun, but also... that's tricky. It's fun, but it's kind of a big deal if you roll that.
Okay, don't tell me.
Okay, just roll a thing.
Hold on. 7.
Did you really roll a 7?
Yes. Is that bad or good?
No. It's good. I actually. Hold on.
Wait, can you even see it? No.
I see.
There.
Okay. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Because I wanted to do this, but I actually kind of wanted to do a little bit more prep before I did this.
Well, we don't have to.
No, but you roll a 7, so yeah, you literally have to.
You literally don't.
But the dice would like us to. The dice gave me the go-ahead run.
Did the dice talk to you, Philip?
Yes. Okay, actually, I will give you a choice. And I think I'll give you a choice because I can swing it to what that is. I can have it be like either in the midst of stuff, because you were rolling decades, you see. So what I can do is I can swing it, but I can have this because the key thing is the middle of the decade, but I could have something be from the very end of the decade to make sense for a thing. I'm gonna let you make this choice because I believe that women should be able to choose things. So here's. What? I don't mean I don't mean that with any other context or any weird. That's a thing I have. I've silenced enough women, as we said. Okay. So, here's your option.
Okay.
Do you want to set this in a year that is a big deal, called 1985, that will forever dictate the shape of the Top Flight universe? Or do you want to set this in like 1989, 1990, and follow up with Vera Thomas on the set of the Blood from a Stone HBO series or the Blood from a Stone premium cable show?
Oh,
they're both really cool, right? These are two fun options.
Yeah. Oh God. No, you. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
If you choose which ones are odd or even.
No. Roll a D. Here's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
You, my dear, are going to roll a D10.
Okay.
Okay. And then hold on. So it'll be perfect. Roll a D10. It's an over under.
I should. Yes, I do. Yeah. 10.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
Or 0, however you want to look at it.
Shit, if we look at it as 0, that actually changes it if it's 0 or 1.
Oh God, okay. Well, I'll do it again.
Sure, re-roll. That's good. I should have had to roll a D8.
1. So,
1?
Yeah.
Okay, then we are going to 1985. The Superstar Comics offices. Unless I'll let you out of this though, because you did roll a 10 first, so I could say that even though we're doing the 80s, that 10 represents 1990, because it's the last thing of the decade. And if it's 1990,
no, I can't make decisions.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. This is crazy.
What system?
It's D100. But we are gonna need to once again, I'm coming to you.
Are we spreadsheeting?
We're not gonna spreadsheet, but we are spreadsheet. Let me rephrase that. Are we spreadsheeting? We are spreadsheeting, but we are not aggressively spreadsheeting. I
don't know what that means.
Okay. What it means is I am simply going to...
I like how unless it's like a Blood from a Stone solo, or maybe it goes more smooth with other players, but for me, when it's a random solo on anything other than Blood from a Stone, it's like Wacky Wild Times with Lauren and Philip. Just doing stuff.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Oh man.
Am I gonna mess everything up? You know what? I can't mess up things more than Dan has.
That's true. Dan's messed things up the most.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I bet I will be shocked if you... Oh. Actually, no. Should I make... Oh, hold on. Okay, I got it. Okay. So, sorry. I'm just gonna reset your character to all the norms here. Everyone, thank you for waiting. Lauren, could you tell a funny anecdote about your life?
I have so many that I can't think of right now.
Okay, Lauren, could you roll 3d6 then?
Yeah. 2, 4, and 4.
10, 50. Even just totally average luck. 50 luck.
Cool.
All right, so this is Carlotta Pastor. I love how you have a bunch of random one-off characters in this game. Really makes me laugh.
You know.
All right. There is one name that is not in a document here that I need to look up, but I can, however, give you sort of the rough shape of where we're starting.
Oh, cosplay plans for WonderCon. For me, probably just Star Trek. I haven't decided fully yet. Definitely at least one day of Star Trek, maybe another thing. Zane will probably do one day of Star Trek and one day of Obi-Wan, but maybe 2 days of Obi-Wan. We don't know yet. We haven't thought that far. Yes, Jadzia, probably from Trials and Tribulations. But I also do have the science DS9 uniform, so
that's fun.
Let the dice decide. Maybe, but also like I'll take them all, but then I'll decide on the morning because I'm just that kind of person.
Okay. That sounds like a fun activity for you, by the way.
He does, James.
He does what? Full sentences for anyone who watches this later on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So James asked, does Zane do the, well, hello there, saying, well, he does. And he was trimming his beard, and he was making sure that he still felt like Obi-Wan, going a little shorter by saying into the mirror, well, hello there. So, and he's been practicing for like years. It's a dream cosplay of his that he's finally doing, so. Yes.
Well, great. Okay, so.
I'm afraid.
Okay, so today you are Carlotta.
Carlotta?
Carlotta Pastore.
You say Carlotta?
Or Carlotta?
Carlotta.
Say whatever you want. How do you say it? You pronounce it, it's your name.
Carlotta.
Carlotta Pastore. All right.
How old is she?
I'm literally looking something up to tell you.
Oh, has she been mentioned?
Maybe. No.
Oh, she has.
She has not. You are. Wow, really?
It's okay. Whatever.
That's cool. I didn't realize. Okay, granted, okay. No, I have not. We're gonna say, I'm gonna shift this. I'm gonna split the difference and shift it. So you would be 30.
Okay.
You are an editor at Superstar Comics.
Oh.
Year is 1985. You are one of the group editors. And what you are currently, we'll tell you what. Okay, so let's just jump into a game, and I'll kind of set you up for some stuff. But change your name to Carl.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I just had a realization about this that I hadn't thought of, but this will be great. Okay. So let's do. Perfect. Okay. It is early 1985. Manhattan. Midtown. Superstar Comics offices for the past 2 weeks have been on an extremely tense energy. Mm-hmm. There's been talk of big buyouts and sales. There's been talk of sort of like gutting the company, splitting it off. Largely this is due to some continued mismanagement on the part of one Al Star. People are worried. Al Star, in fact, Carlotta, I'm going to say that you were, though you're like an editor, you edit a few books. In fact, you are the editor for Ghost Man. You've been editing the Ghost Man comics and kind of the Ghost Man group and a couple of other comic book events and things like that. But you are not one of the senior editors at present. Okay. So you are not in a meeting, but I want to say that you're overhearing it. So I would love for you to make a listen roll. Remember, you do have 200 points you can spend before making rolls here. I think last time you weren't throwing those out like candy, and you don't have to, but you're welcome to for this one.
Okay. I don't have a character yet, so I'm going to try to get into the vibe. 1980s editor.
That's fine. Editor, 1980s editor vibe. I will actually give you some direction for this, okay?
Okay.
You are a person who is you're a little bit punk rock, okay? You are no. Glasses are good. Like glasses are good. You may have you're young, you're cool. You may have your hair is probably dyed like black. You probably listen to very cool music. You probably go to interesting parties in New York.
I've seen The Who live.
The Who is old news at this point. You've seen it would be more like it's more
but they're vintage.
It's more that you're into the Smiths. Is that
sure
a reference for you? Okay, that's fine. But you're a very you're sort of a member of the literati. You're a cool person, even though you're slumming it in comics. It's all sort of postmodern or something. Are you familiar with Vertigo comics?
No.
Okay. Okay, no problem. The point is you're cool. You don't have to be insufferable about it, but you're a person who, the cool bands, you are aware of the cool, the sort of, you're aware of the cool stuff.
For the record, I do know the Smiths. I just wasn't aware that they were in a completely different time period than the Who.
Yeah. Understood. You're good. So, at this point, James from Texas just got it. By the way, that's literally who you're supposed to be. So the point is, just shifted in time a little early at this place, but that is the archetype I have in my head. Yes, that's the idea.
Okay.
So the point is, things are rough here, but there is currently a meeting going on with the publisher and the editor-in-chief and Al Star, who is sort of currently the editor-in-chief emeritus. But there's awkwardness going on. Okay. And I would love for you to make a listen roll. Let's see if you hear what's going on. You can put some points into this if you want to, but you don't have to.
I'll put 10 into listen.
Understood. Okay.
Will you be doing the modification? Or
I can do it for you, yes, absolutely.
That'll be 70. And no, I got a 91.
Understood. So you have not failed miserably, but as you're sort of trying to listen, trying to hear what this is, you unfortunately have not. I
have hearing damage from the concerts.
Hearing damage from all the music you listen to, so you don't know what's going on. So instead you sort of see some stuff, and you hear there's some raised voices. But the door flies open, and Al Star, who at this point is he's kind of getting up there. He's probably late 70s at this point. He just sort of marches. He just kind of marches just directly across the bullpen, and everyone turns and looks. And as he's marching, he sort of pauses and looks at the Superstar Comics logo on the wall, and he points to the star, and he just turns back and he screams, "That's me! You think you can do this? There are a lot of investors in this company who know this wouldn't be anything without me." And he just marches out.
Do I have any office friends?
Absolutely, you can have an office friend, no doubt. I will say that you have a oh, okay, I've got it. I will say, roll a D. Oh, this is fun. Roll a D4.
Two.
All right, so that would be the person who edits. This guy's name is we're gonna call this guy Joey. I'm not gonna make up a last name until we need one, but this guy's name is Joey. Okay, fine, I'll make up a last name. Joey.
Calzone.
It starts has gone with a T. Joey.
Tepid.
Tippett? Tippett.
Yeah.
Tippett is more the thing, sir. Joe Tippett. He's the editor. He edits Armament.
Uh-huh.
The Weapon Man, and he edits we'll say he also edits Teleportia.
Okay. So Carlotta will turn to Joey
He's
and
just
be
looking up, like setting down, like a phone, and just kind of.
What was that about?
I am not sure. I mean, I could guess. Because.
Oh, you mean the company tanking?
Well, probably, but also, I mean, it means.
But what about all of the investors that we have? So many people.
Apparently, if you heard what the illustrious Al Star just said, it's that they're all gonna back him, and we don't know what we've just done.
Well, what have we done? Who can we?
I mean, you know what? Hey,
do you have an in?
Do I have an in? No, Carlotta. If you want to, you can march into that conference room and talk to the publisher and the editor-in-chief. If you want to, go ahead, be bold. I'm gonna sit here and oh my god. Okay, I can't talk now. There is a this really looks like a nipple. I'm gonna have to
okay.
I'm gonna have to, this needs to be
why don't you take an antacid before you give yourself an ulcer fix that nipple?
Maybe I could just color it in with a Bic.
Okay.
The point is
and so she'll be like, I'm gonna see what I can find out. And I'd like to go to move closer to the door. Has the door been slammed or anything?
I think he left the door open when he stormed out. So in the conference room is the publisher of Superstar Comics, who is kind of like the publisher is the person who is like, though the publisher will weigh in on what's going on with the comics, the publisher is overseeing the business. So the publisher has a much larger thing. The editor-in-chief is sort of the person who's like putting their sort of imprimatur on everything story-wise. Okay.
And is she in good with either of them, or are they too far above her?
Okay, I'll tell you what, make a luck roll.
Okay.
You could also spend power here if you wanted a bonus on this luck roll before making it.
Failed. Got 98.
98. Oh my god, that would be a fumble, except it's not a fumble because you just got to 50. If you had rolled one lower on that, you'd have a 45 and you would have failed.
I'm changing these dice. They're not being nice.
Do you want to spend a power and re-roll that?
Yeah. Sure.
Come on. All right. I will dock you one power, make the roll again. I believe in you.
Oh, 42.
A 42 is luck, so I was going to say that a normal luck success means that the editor-in-chief likes you. The publisher does not know anything about you, though.
Okay.
The editor-in-chief is a man named Charles Brandon.
Okay.
The publisher is Louis Kincaid.
Okay.
And right now, you can hear that they're in there, sort of saying, and probably you hear you know the voice, you know Charles, so you hear Charles saying, well, that went well. That went very well. And the other person says, I'm like literally like, I'm not even certain. Okay, no, that did not go. I need to call some people because I'm worried that he's actually gonna like. And you hear Charles going, don't worry. He's not actually gonna like. He's all talk. He's been all talk for what, 50 years. Just he's not gonna call anyone. He's not gonna. And Lewis is saying, no, he actually could call someone. That's like the point. Like he like. Oh, this is very precarious, and there are a lot of the readers of this really value this man. Carlotta, are you trying? Or Carlotta? Carlotta, are you trying to be stealthy as you get to that doorway?
Yes.
Make a sneak roll, or it's under coordination. Sneak.
And I will not add to it.
I love it.
No, fail. 63.
You as you're like leaning in, you do like a full on, just like you lean against like I bet there's like Venetian blinds on it. You're just this cacophonous thing, and they both look up.
Hey.
And Charles kind of looks at you. Yes.
Sorry, I wanted to touch base on the new edition of or the new issue with Ghostman. People were saying he's getting a little too intense and creepy. I was wondering if we were going to still lean into that more, or are we pulling back? Just wondering.
Make a I guess that would be a deceive roll.
Sure. Actually, I'm gonna add 10 to that.
Okay, add 10 to deceive.
Yeah.
Okay. What did we roll?
97.
Okay, the good news is it is not a fumble, but the bad news is they know that it is they know that you're yeah, they're aware.
And she knows they're aware at this
I think at this point we would say that she is pretty aware.
Okay, then she'll say, okay, sorry, just loud conversation, and Al came out and just pointed at the star and yelled at us.
Lewis is kind of just looking and like looking at you like, what are we at? But because you are friends with him, you did real good on that luck. Charles says, Carlotta, close the door, come in.
She will.
Yeah, so as you know, there's just some complicated stuff going on right now with the company, with money. Apparently we're still apparently somehow the way Al Star has this company set up, like we're still paying off debt from that Meridian movie from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And also because he made promises for other movies and other adaptations, and the rights are all just a mess, so we can't even exploit those in ways. So the point is, things are rough, but as far as just the comic side of things, there's a lot of people trying to sort of get this company and mess with it. And well, so Lou, do you know Carlotta Pastore? And he says, yeah, of course I know you. You're the
Ghostman.
You edited Ghostman Ofrenda, right, for that Malcolm wrote.
Yeah.
That won an award. So at least something's doing right around here.
Yeah. Well, only Hispanic person in the office, so.
So what? He kind of like he looks confused, and she's just like but so basically, as Charles is sitting there and saying, Lewis, that's actually, I kind of, that was, we sort of published that, we published Ofrenda as this thing, and I really, it was kind of I know that was like a passion project of yours and other Malcolm, and he's talking about Malcolm Nightingale, by the way. Malcolm Nightingale is a British comic book writer who wrote Ghostman Ofrenda, which came out last year or the year before. Shoot, it actually should have come out after this. You know what? It just came out. We're gonna say it just came out. It could have come out of this, but the point is, and it is actually some people in our chat are familiar with it. It is a kind of like a sort of darker, edgier take on Ghost Man that also really played up. It decided that Ghost Man, who was always kind of like written as being just like generically exotic, it specifically went into the idea that he was Mexican American, and that he was really tied to Dia de los Muertos and all that sort of stuff. So so the way that Charles is sort of thinking, and Charles is saying, all right, actually though, maybe Carlotta's like the right person to talk to about this. You know that Marvel kind of launched last year, and it's selling pretty well so far. This whole Secret Wars. Carlotta, no roles required. Secret Wars is a
even I know about those.
Oh, you know Secret Wars. Okay, so Secret Wars is a big comic book that came out. That is a terrible. I mean, I don't say it's terrible. It is fun, but Secret Wars is literally a cash grab to sell toys. The title Secret Wars was created by a toy company because those are the two most popular words for boys, secret and wars. So they said Secret Wars, cool. So it's kind of like a thing that was like just that. So he's sort of talking about this. And you are very familiar that this comic is out and kind of like a weird sort of thing. He's going to mention, however, I don't know if you know what they're doing at DC right now. You
I
probably
don't.
Do. With your contacts over there, it's.
Oh,
Lauren doesn't. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But he'll sort of say like it's they have a big crossover as well. Big crossover event. This sort of maxi series they're calling them. These big 12-issue things. And they're publishing a couple things. People say this Watchmen is supposed to be good. The point is, they're doing this book called Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay. I was talking to some people from over there last night, and it's well, the point is, this is a thing that's happening now, and it requires a sort of shifting of the product line. It's an opportunity to really shake things up. And Lou is saying that we don't really have the money to sort of bet on this, to double down on a thing like this now. I think that if we don't publish a book, if we don't try to wrestle, because I mean, what if we don't either do something that moves comics and makes our comics a big deal again, like Secret Wars, or does something to deal with the mess of sort of what these comic books have been, like what they're doing at DC, we have to do one or the other. We have to do one of these things. So, I mean, this would not be a thing that you're going to get to run all on your own. This will be a very hands-on process, but he kind of looks and Lewis is just, go ahead. And he says, Carlotta, if you want to sort of take point on this, if you want to I want you to talk to a couple writers about how they would approach this, okay?
Yeah, what did you have in mind for our stories? I mean, we've already got pretty much every superhero.
I tell you, we need to sell books, one way or the other. So whatever approach makes sense to you. I think that I don't know that Malcolm. I mean, I think Malcolm Nightingale's an interesting guy, but and I know he's in town. So if you want to bring him in and chat with him about what he'd do in a big series like this, you can. I just think that, I mean, and Lewis said, your Ghost Man, a friend of book, it sold no copies. It won awards, but it kind of, people consider it good. But, I think with the direct market moving forward, this is a thing for the direct market, though. That's the point. Like, we got to
I get it. Yeah.
So basically, he's saying, but if you, but Charles Brandon's like, look, take a couple pitches, come up with an idea, but we got to do something. It's got to be good, because otherwise we're not even going to do it. We don't have the money. We're going under. We're going to get bought off for parts and purchased by Archie or something. So you gotta I don't know, see what you can solicit, see if there's anything you want out of them. Yes, yes, Carlotta.
Um, what other properties does Star Comics own as of right now? Like
What superheroes?
or just like what are they publishing currently? Is it just Spotlight?
Right now you're publishing. You're basically publishing like. Hold on. I actually can look this up for you. You are publishing. Top Flight, Young Flight, Rocket Squad, Ice Queen. You are no longer publishing Guild of Secrets. You're publishing a couple of other like superhero teams, like the Ranger Angels, Young Flight. So you're publishing some of that stuff. Certain comics have yet to be introduced. Like none of the characters from Rumor Inc. are around yet. Bloodstar is not around yet. Baron Darkness is not around yet. Vectron is not around yet either. So basically, you have, but basically it's right now it's just the classic Top Flight lineup. Well, actually it's not, because you're underplaying Meridian right now. Meridian, he's not in it very much, but so it's just like Armament, Findon, Teleportia, like the sort of like kind of like the more golden age lineup of Top Flight is sort of who's there. At present.
This is complicated. How meta can I be with this stuff?
You can be pretty meta with it, but I would urge you to. You can be meta with it, but we can also sort of discuss like what your plan is, because I can tell you what writer you might go to or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So. Certainly, I would say that your working relationship is good with Malcolm Nightingale, and even though you could see him pitching something that is crazy and absurd and something that like no one would buy, it might be interesting enough that it's worth just listening to, because it gives you some other idea, you know. But his sort of, he's like a crazy British man, basically.
Okay.
Has crazy hair and just kind of like walks in places. But you guys also probably go to the same cool underground parties and things, so that's why you know him, and that's why you let him write this Ghostman book, because Ghostman is not always, it's a fine enough thing, but you let him do this thing, and it's very well regarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she'll say, yeah, I think I've got a couple of ideas that could put us back on the map. So I'll give it a go. Okay. Thanks. Sorry to intrude. I'm gonna head out.
Perfect. Okay. So if you step out, meanwhile Joey's at his desk, just hanging up and sending some artwork back.
She's gonna go to Joey's desk and say, "Holy shit!
What's happening?
I got so they're letting me fucking spearhead. Obviously, they want to figure out what we can do against Marvel and DC and the crossover and everything, right? They want me to head it. With something big. Something huge has to happen to Top Flight.
They want to spearhead? They want you to spearhead
me.
Okay.
Oh, well, don't sound too confident, okay?
I'm not confident. That sounds impossible, because
okay.
This is we're on a sinking ship.
Okay, well, it's not my money. It's Al Starr's money, or his investors, or whoever the fuck.
Yeah, we'll see if he lets you spend any of it. But I will say good luck.
Okay. Big picture shit. Do you have any ideas? What would you do?
What I would do is I would call Marvel and see if they're hiring.
Okay. I'll do that next month when we fold.
Well,
but
I'll have the job then, so I'll be beating you to it. But
okay, well you can get me in, because us women in this industry, we need as much help.
Joey's
as we can
a guy.
Get. No, I know. Me, us.
Oh,
women.
so you said us women. Gotcha. Joey's
like,
yeah. Well.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, let's say you had all the money in the world to run whatever you wanted. What would you do? With what we've got, what would be a time changing, transformative event?
I mean, he kind of looks up from his arm and says, "I would just have. Wait a minute. I'm worried I'm about to
What?
describe Secret Wars. I haven't read it. But couldn't it just be a tournament of everybody fighting each other?
That's boring though.
I mean, it would sell comics. Kids would like it.
Ah,
Sell toys. Sell cartoons, finally.
maybe. I
It's
think it
kind of
has
like...
to be bigger.
It's what?
It has to be bigger. They've got like worlds. It's galactic. It's
Great. It's the planets are fighting.
yes.
Oh, imagine that. The planets have legs and arms and they're punching each other, and then all the heroes on each planet is punching across
Hey
the
Joey,
planets.
good luck getting that job at Marvel. I'm rooting for you. Truly. I am. She's gonna start walking away. You're gonna be great, kid.
Joey's just like, I know it's crap, but that's what people buy. And he just goes, it still looks like a nipple. Oh wait, I'm looking it upside down. It's not a nipple. He puts it down.
So Carlotta will go to, does she have an office or a desk or
You
whatever?
probably are like in a bullpen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can she make an international call? Is Nightingale
He's in town. They
in
said.
America? Oh, okay.
They said
Can
he's in
she
town.
call his hotel or whatever?
Sure thing.
Ring.
Ah, there we go. Ooh, ring, ring, ring. Make a luck roll.
Okay. 16.
16. He picks up very early. You hear like music pounding from the side, and he will say, "I think you're talking to a deceased man right now. I can't quite see out of my eyes. I'm looking through a fog. Unless, of course, this is the pizza place calling about my delivery, in which case, yes, I did just place an order, and I would love to see it soon."
No,
Yes,
well,
no problem.
sorry. It's
Oh,
you might want to take some aspirin.
Carlotta, I'm so happy to
Maybe
hear from
have
you.
a Bloody Mary or something.
Ah,
Yeah.
Carlotta, it's wonderful to hear from you. You sound like your typical cheerful self. I'm actually totally fine. I'm totally clear. I haven't had a drink in like 3 days now. I'm trying to stay.
Yeah, but
very
what else have you had?
clear-headed. Oh, I mean, we're not counting mushrooms, are we?
Of course not.
Nothing
Never.
fungal. No. I'm trying to stay very clear-headed. I'm trying to sort of. It's a yogic. I don't know. I was talking to someone. I don't think I understood all of it, but I understood a lot of it. So that's what I'm sort of trying to do at this point.
Okay.
What are you calling me about, my dear? Did you want to go see a show tonight? Were you wondering what sort of underground shows here in this city of yours I've already heard about? Because my ear has been to the curb and the pavement. Yes, I have heard of several. That sound
Okay,
very,
well,
very fun.
thanks for the offer. Maybe we'll talk about that in a minute. But I have been offered an opportunity to sort of turn Top Flight and all that on its head.
What do you mean turn it on its head?
We need to.
Oh, do you want to hear my pitch for Top Flight? They cut out the pretense and it's just a huge orgy.
You know, kids read this, right?
They deserve to know about orgies. They do happen. What are you trying to
Okay,
protect
well-
children from things that occur? No. I don't think you would do an orgy. I know you wouldn't call it that. It would all just be very implied off panel.
Like across the pond, y'all are a lot more liberal
Well,
with
you let me have Ghostman have sex, didn't you? Oh, I suppose we. Huh?
but not with several people at once. Okay, anyway, either way.
That you're right. We've really missed an opportunity. I'm going to put out a statement condemning Ofrenda as not being good enough because he didn't have sex with multiple partners at once. That's a lovely idea, Carlotta. I appreciate this.
I'm gonna hang up.
No, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Don't
Okay.
hang up.
So
What do you need?
I need ideas for
Okay.
bless you.
For
For
what? For Top Flight? You really think they can let me write Top Flight?
something that would rival what Marvel and DC are doing currently.
What they're doing currently. Oh, you guys are in such bad shape. Oh, you're in such bad shape that they actually. Oh dear. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
like,
now this is a
I'm
different
polishing up
situation.
my
entirely.
resume at this point.
Oh
But I
no! All
you know,
right, I
I've grown
understand.
attached to Ghostman and his single partner, which isn't enough for
I
you.
understand. Yes. Well, I have been offered a chance to start writing a bit of Judge Dredd back in my homeland. So, you know, I can do all sorts of things in Judge Dredd. I can do all sorts of things.
Okay, well,
in those
we're
comics.
talking about Top Flight.
No,
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying is that I don't want to waste either of our time. Like, I can come up with a pitch for you. Wait, you mean you want to do what you want to do what DC's doing? Oh, you want to do what they're really doing, is what you're saying.
Potentially.
Oh. Oh, now I understand.
Okay, here's a question, Philip.
Yes,
Can I pitch the idea of has Meridian taken other forms as of yet?
No.
Like okay, can I pitch the idea of Meridian?
Please, pitch whatever you want. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
That's the answer to your question is no. Meridian has always just been a handsome blonde guy.
Okay. So, this is it's doing something strange and daring. But what if something huge happened? Like Meridian became a completely different person. Just like even a woman.
Oh.
Still a leader, incredibly powerful.
Oh, so you want to bring Meridian back as a... Alright.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to be Meridian Lady or just sort of change...
No,
Oh,
just
I see what
Meridian.
you're
It would
saying.
be
Oh, wait,
Meridian.
so you're not just talking about Top Flight, you're talking about the whole universe.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Top Flight would have to. Oh, can he have just given her an idea to like bring all of the extraneous characters together into Top Flight? I don't know what's happening in the.
Yeah, I understand. I'm giving you a very difficult thing, but yes, you can start talking about the idea of like mix up who Top Flight is and what the...
Okay, yeah. So you just gave me an idea. Different superheroes from different organizations. Something happens, a time crisis, some paradox happens, and different members of different organizations or even like extraneous superheroes have to join together. And Top Flight is the team that has either the best foundation or the most resources or whatever, so they have to join together and fight
Okay,
whatever it is.
hold on now. All right. Okay. All right, stop. Don't talk while I'm thinking. Okay, so you want me to pitch? How long a document do you need? I can either do a page or 100 pages. It's
Do a page.
A page?
1 page.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not Shakespeare. Love you.
Well,
you're not Shakespeare.
That remains to be seen. I might have been in a previous life. Or I might have been 2 or 3 of the people who were Shakespeare, men or women.
Is that what
in one
they were
case.
telling you last night?
Is it just me or was Taming of the Shrew partially written by a bear?
No, but there was a bear in Winter's Tale.
Yes, but But based on the treatment of the bear, that was not an authentic portrayal. A bear did not write Winter's Tale.
Okay, 1 page would be great.
I will try to keep it to that length, but it's probably going to be longer. All right, I'm going to come by very soon. You've just put an idea into my head, and I'm just going to say something to you now, Carlotta. All right, I have an idea for you.
Okay.
Oh, it's taking form. Oh, I've got it. I just wanted to tell you something. That if you don't pick this idea and you do some crap, like about, like to sell toys and to sell things to little kids and to do something like that God-awful Meridian movie that came out a few years ago, if you go with that, no one will let you into a good show in New York or LA or London ever again. They will
I
look
don't
at you,
think
and
that's
we
true.
we shall emblazon the word "sell out" upon your forehead. And no
I
one will let
appreciate you. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, you'll talk to me indeed. Haha, Meridian, a woman. I love it. That I am absolutely. That is my starting point.
Okay, no orgies.
Oh,
Bye.
what?
Bye.
Come on, yeah, she's up.
Sure.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
The original pitch of just everybody orgies.
All right, so with that, so basically, as this is happening, you do understand.
This is hard. I don't know what's happening in.
Yeah. No, it's very hard. I know. That's why I kind of feel like this is like a thing where like this is more just about this sort of thing. You're doing great so far, by the way. Okay,
Thank you.
Sure you'll ruin it later, but for now, great. That being said, Charles did suggest you maybe talk to someone who's a bit more like he suggested effectively you don't know everything they're doing at DC, but it sounds like what you and Malcolm just pitched is a DC style thing.
Yeah.
Marvel is taking a more sort of bigger kind of thing approach.
She is wanting to get many pokers in the fire.
So yeah, so should we talk to another author?
Yes.
All right. I will say I'm going to let you I want you can either make this thing or you can make a roll on it, but I really can just decide this if you'd like. On a scale of, like, let's say Malcolm Nightingale is at the extreme end of kind of out there weird British guy, you know, deconstructing stuff wild. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of it is a writer who is actually kind of an older dude, and he has written very good selling runs from like the 70s and stuff. Like he's not just like, I don't think you'd call him, but he is a very, like, he used to write Meridian in the 70s. And now he writes some armament. He just writes very, like, kind of like, you know, like, he also wrote like war comics, kind of like an older, kind of like a more old-fashioned thing. His name is Chip Hemlock.
Okay.
But Hemlock is not his last name. That's just the name.
His pen name.
Yeah.
She will talk to him.
Okay. You can call him. No, he is one of Joey's writers. So if you call him around Joey's back, it could be a little weird. But also Joey's weird. So do you want to talk to Joey first? Or just to call him.
Yeah, she's gonna go up to Joey as he's pulling in a nipple, I guess, and say,
That's fine.
Can I talk to Chip? I'm sorry, it's a big deal.
Wow.
Please.
Okay, sure, go ahead and talk to Chip. I'm sure Chip will have, I'm worried that if you think that what I pitched was to sort of anodyne, Chip's ideas will be embarrassing. So.
Transformer planets? Okay, I'm gonna...
Can you not picture it on a cover?
I can.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. Anyway, go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you.
Sure. So you can go and he gives you his blessing to call Chip.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll call Chip.
Okay. The phone rings, and after a moment, a woman answers and says, Whitehead Residence.
Hi, this is Carlotta from Star Comics. Can I please talk to Superstar Comics? Yeah. Can I please talk to Chip?
Understood. I'll get Mr. Hemlock for you. Ha 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 ha. And she sort of wanders off, and after a few moments, Chip says, "You have Chip."
Hi, Chip. This is Carlotta. I don't know if.
Hi, Carlotta.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if I might be able to pick your brain a bit. I know you're one of the originals of Superstar Comics. So.
I mean, I'm no Ted Fountain, but I've had a few fun books. Sure, dear. What can I do for you?
So I'm sure you're up on what's going on with Marvel and DC, and we're wanting to move in that direction. And I was wondering if you had any ideas that might be comparable, or I'm sure with you better than what they're doing.
For a big crossover, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I actually have always had an idea for a crossover comic before.
I'd love to hear about it.
All right. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with it's a show that was on. I always thought it was kind of fun. It was called Battle of the Network Stars. It's actually still on here. Do you know about Battle of the Network Stars? Carlotta,
do I?
Honestly, let's make a luck roll to see if it has ever crossed your thing.
80.
No. You are unfamiliar.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Oh, well.
Busy reading comics, of course.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I think there could be actually a really kind of fun comic book that could feature not just the heroes of today, but the heroes of all our different sort of great classic times. We do a great big sort of I don't want to say a tournament, maybe a competition or I think it's a fun crossover where we bring in all our old Golden Age versions, but it's them set in the 40s. But we also bring in kind of when Top Flight is formed in the 60s, the old Top Flight. But we also bring in some, characters from my run. But then we also bring in the Top Flight of today. And you sort of have these, we have the original Young Flight, but we also have kind of the version of Young Flight we're publishing now. And it's a bunch of different people from a bunch of different time periods, and they've all just sort of been brought together, and it's kind of just but here's the point, it's meant to sort of all be in good fun, and we could have some interesting team ups of, you could have the old Meridian and the new Meridian. He can kind of team up with himself. He hasn't changed too much, bad example, but you have the old armament and the new armament. You've got
Rocky Jumper.
Oh, Rocky
Classic.
Jumper. I mean, he's an interesting character there. So yeah, bring in Rocky Jumper. But here's the fun. You also have, sometimes the teams will have villains on the team with them. So you bring in all the characters, and it's just kind of a big love letter to all the amazing things we've published here over the years. That's what I would do if you gave me the keys to the kingdom.
Would it be gauche of me to request a treatment or something?
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, Chip, I love that idea. Would you be able to send me a treatment on sort of?
Well, I mean, I think I pretty much pitched it to you, but as it happens, if you
the bosses.
If you ask Joey, I don't think he's ever even read it. But I have something called Project Z. He should have a file of it. If not, I'll get a facsimile of it over to you soon.
Okay. Well, I'll ask him, and if not, I'll
just call
secretary.
Just call back and ask my secretary. I mean, hey, don't let her hear me calling her that. But we can fax it to you if he doesn't have it. But it's Project Z is the code word I used.
All right, Chip. Thanks so much. Sounds great. Love your ideas.
Thank you. Oh well. Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. He hangs up.
She'll go back to Joey's desk.
Joey sees you coming, and he's just like, "Stop! Back,
leave me
back, woman."
You know what? Just because I dress in all black after work doesn't mean I'm possessed. I've told you that.
Did Chip invite you to an ice cream social? Is he making some potato salad for you?
I wish. I love potato salad.
You don't look like you like potato salad.
You're a terrible judge of character. Anyway.
Oh my god. That's true. By the way, did I tell you about that girl I went on the date with last week?
How'd it go?
She stole my tools.
What tools? Why did you have tools on a date?
I didn't know it wasn't on the date. We went back to my place, and I thought we were gonna get a little amorous. And
amorous?
Well, I try to be classy, but the point is, she was gonna. I thought we were gonna do some stuff, and she sort of said, like, she asked to step into the bathroom, and I went into my bedroom. And then I heard the closet door open, and I said, "Oh, that's weird. Maybe she's lost." Then I heard pounding footsteps, and the front door closed. And I think my hammer fell out of the tool bag, and I only have a Phillips head now.
She could have been a secret plumber or something. She had an emergency. She had a plumbing emergency at her house.
Well, why'd she take all?
Don't judge a woman.
If she's a plumber, she should have her own anyway.
Well, it was an emergency.
All right.
Anyway, do you know about Project Z?
That sounds really familiar. What is that?
I don't know. Chip said you might have a copy of it.
Oh, that's a pitch he did, right?
Yeah.
The joke was he called this Project C because, Chip just writes up all sorts of pitches for storylines, and I kind of don't even vet him anymore. I just go, but he put this one at the end. Project C, he pulls out it's like a 5-page, it's like a manila envelope with 5 pages in it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Wait, what is this? What is Project Z? Wait, is this his pitch? He already wrote it?
Apparently. I don't know, look it over.
Is it? It's a tournament.
That's what he said. Yeah. With all of the original. He said it's a love letter to the original characters,
Oh,
very sentimental.
That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have.
Great at making potato salad, apparently.
You should have him add to this, though. You can sort of zhuzh this up by saying that the planets get arms and legs. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to do that, but thank you for your input. I hope you get your tools back.
I'm not getting the tools back. She gave me a fake number.
Well, I'm sure at Marvel.
I called her. It was the Port Authority. He goes back to whatever he's doing. Oh, okay. Joey. Poor Joey.
So, can Carlotta look through the file and see if does anything jump out? Does anything?
It's exactly what he wrote. I'll tell you what. Do an analyze roll on that. You're an editor.
Okay. I would like to add 15 points to analyze.
I think it makes sense for you too.
Can I?
Yeah, and in fact, analyze should only be at 50 to start with. So yeah, but you can get a 75, no problem. Yeah.
I would like 75. Yeah.
You've barely spent any points. You're great. Go
okay. 53. So regular
success. You read through it. It is a quintessential sort of chip comic. It is, which means it's kind of like, it's very workmanly, you know, very just like, well, we start with this thing and do this, and yeah, but basically it's just kind of like a you know, it, and you I will say that you get like, it has a tournament thing on it, but it does feel very like it is a love letter to the comics. And go ahead.
Does Carlotta think that would be the thing? Like Superstar Comics, are they as beloved as Marvel?
Superstar Comics was in the 60s was hugely popular. It has fallen off in the late 70s. And now, but the thing is, like, Marvel and DC also did these huge swings because they were also not selling great. You know, everything's shifting to the direct market. You may not know what that means, but basically, you were in the period of time in which comic book shops begin to exist, and people who want comic books go to a comic book shop to read them rather than you just buy them off a newsstand.
Okay. So, like, vintage superheroes would be good for this new direct market.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, superhero stuff still sells. The problem is, it's like. What's not selling is sort of just like stale, you know, kind of like rehashings of things. Okay. So what he's trying to do is this very kind of like this very like sincere, like love letter to the old stuff, you know, that's kind of his pitch.
Okay.
It is definitely not your taste. It is not sort of like adult or transgressive at all, but you could see it being a thing that would sell. You're honestly not sure if it is like flashy enough.
Okay.
Because
that's why she got ideas from Nightingale.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a happy medium.
Maybe there's a happy medium. All right. So actually, later that afternoon, would you rather meet Malcolm Nightingale at the office, or would you rather meet him in like a bar somewhere?
At a bar.
Okay, cool. So you head out to you'll sort of leave early to go meet Malcolm.
She has changed into her more punky.
Cool look. All right, yeah. Malcolm sort of just marches in, and he's clearly like, he's in a weird headspace. And he says, there she is. All right, so I want to be very clear about sort of I've got an idea for something here that you've really put something into my mind today, Carlotta. And I hope I'm almost put it right back into your mind.
Hear details. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to preface this by saying that if you don't do this, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, it has to be called this, and I don't care. And it's fine. We'll just call it, and everyone will like, okay. Marvel's making this Secret Wars. The distinguished competition is making their Crisis on Infinite Earths. Ours is called Crisis War. No, I'm not even.
That's.
Yeah.
No.
But because what we're sort of doing, because there's
tracks.
No, there's meta, because it's meta. See, because what's about to happen, here's what's brilliant about this idea to me, right? The meta thing on top of it is the universe is changing. Like, we don't actually put this in the book. The idea is that sort of, in there is very clear that there's sort of all of this is happening? Because the universe is having to change externally.
Why?
Because of, I don't know, sort of cultural shiftings in the market and sort
well,
of...
no,
these...
but you have to be able to explain it in the story.
Oh, no, in the story it's explained. All right, so...
Okay, what, so?
So, we start with Cthulhu in wizard shape, all right? Do you remember Cthulhu in wizard shape? Of course you don't. There was a comic book a few years ago, somebody sort of said, this is one of these sort of Lovecraftian sort of, for many years, it was lusted this thing that's basically this sort of bizarre, sort of eldritch thing, right?
Yeah.
I was going through so many comic books when I was talking about this, by the way.
Wait, Captain Eldritch?
No,
is Captain Eldritch's power from the same...
Yes. Well, no, Captain Eldritch's power is from somewhere else. Don't worry, I'm banishing Captain Eldritch at the end of this. Here's the brilliance, all right? So what we're going to do at this thing, this crisis war is going to happen, all right? In which this thing, this Cthulhu in wizard shape, this aberration, basically attempts to split up the universe and parcel it off. And we won't be saying that what it's doing is that it is doing so in order to sort of sell it, but that'll be the implication, is all for money, right?
Uh-huh.
Because Cthulhu in wizard shape, there'll be very few little clues explaining this, is our star. It created things at the beginning, but now it's selling off. So the point, but listen to this, the point is, what we do is we realize they say the only way to survive is for us to allow this world to adapt, and we fully embrace the idea that some of our characters were sort of created in the 40s and some were created in the 60s, and so how was all this thing now it's sort of pushed together. What we do is we wipe the board completely, but we still say that it's sort of all going. The history is an alternative history. Some people will remember, some people will understand, but the mainline history starts now. And Meridian is a woman. Not only a woman, she's a black woman.
Hell yeah.
And she always has been. And do you know who the rest of Top Flight is? We get rid, it's not Teleporter and Armament and Findar and Lumen, they can still be there and some of these other things. But what we're going to do is, remember Shinobi Red?
Yeah. She was badass.
Yeah, she's a sort of ninja lady. All right, we bring her in. We make her our Batman. She's key. And Ghost Man, like Ghost Man. It ends with the Top Flight is Ghost Man and we'll keep Ice Queen. She can say sort of I have ideas for her, but it'll be a daughter. Never mind. The point is, Captain Eldritch and the Helpful Devil, they're off in the astral plane. Just send them away.
Okay.
So in other words, the top of this, to sort of reflect a new world, your top of the heroes, after all these years, all this time, is a black woman, a Japanese woman, and a Mexican man. That's who's in charge. People will go crazy. They'll be so mad. Especially Cthulhu in wizard shape. He'll be furious about what it's changing it into. He'll be saying, this is not the world I was trying to create.
I do love this idea. I'm wondering if we can also, and she'll have Chip's idea, the folder. You mentioned that we could bring other superheroes back, right? Like you were saying from the 60s. Okay, so here's Chip's idea. I'm wondering if we could incorporate some sort of like temporal anomaly or something that brings back some superheroes from the past, maybe just for that nostalgia factor with the new direct market.
What he'll be sort of saying, I'm sure. See, his will read more like an orgy than mine, because his is everyone wants to be friends, right? And it's a bunch of fun cooperation between everybody.
Yeah, but
does a hero and a villain team up in it? I'm not even looking at it. Does a hero team up with a villain?
Yeah. Okay, but imagine that, and then they die again, or something. I don't know.
Absolutely, we can go through it. If what you're saying is we take his idea, and along the way of this crisis war, different versions of the characters all come together.
Yes.
I think that would make sense. Yes, of course. And there can be sort of shifts, and there can be and they're from different worlds. And at the end, the world is sort of it. But it's not sort of a world that is it's not so much a world, because I've sort of talked to Marv Wolfman, and he's got a thing where it's going to be sort of surviving pieces of Crisis. That's not what we're doing. We're reforging a world specifically. Oh, but I've got it.
Okay.
I've got it. Here's what it is. The original Meridian. The old school Meridian. The Ted Fountain Meridian. You know how much I love Ted Fountain, right?
Yeah. Oh,
that's the main thing that Chip and I agree on. All right. Oh, I want to bring the fucking doll into this. Remember Maisie, who'd narrate those old comics?
I hate her, but okay. But
that is not on character for this character. She would fucking love Maisie.
Okay, never mind. But actually,
that's the only adjustment I will give.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, has Maisie appeared in Top Flight yet? In this?
No.
Okay, that's way. Okay.
He's like, I'm not bringing Maisie in. She's going to be referenced in there somewhere.
You could. You could. She's. You can find a way. I want you to find a way. Find a way. Bring that bitch in.
I didn't actually write anything, by the way. I was too busy thinking, but I've got.
I didn't figure. It's okay.
So.
She'll pull a little notepad and.
So the point is, but here's what we're gonna do. Oh no, this is perfect. All right. Oh my god. He grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Carlotta, this is what we're doing. All right."
Okay.
You know what my favorite Meridian story ever is, right?
Of course.
It's the Jupiter Crisis.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And remember how it ends wrong because Al Star rewrote it?
Yes.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh, wait, Carlotta. No. Write this down. I don't need to give you orders, but do it. Carlotta.
I appreciate your effort to not be a misogynist.
Listen to this.
Yes, listening.
The original Meridian, he's gonna do it. He's gonna change it into what he. Oh, this is perfect. Listen, Carlotta. The original Meridian, the Jupiter Crisis Meridian.
Right.
Ultimately, the foe, though it is Cthulhu and Wizard Shape, he's created all this stuff. The final foe is going to be the terrible Meridian from the movie.
That's too obvious against Al Star.
It won't be so, but the point is, listen. The point is, he will confess while he's resetting everything that what we knew of the Jupiter Crisis is a lie. We're going to make it canon at the end that he was wrong. It wasn't a plan all along. That he had been. We're going to correct that TJ was right the whole time, right? So listen to this, Carlotta. The old Meridian will get rid of the garbage Meridians become, and know that a new Meridian has to go. So when he destroys Cthulhu with Wizard Shape, what he'll guide it towards is a Meridian who represents who could be a better symbol of what the best person could be. You understand what I'm saying?
We're erasing Al Star's work.
No. We're not erasing it. We're updating it. We're fine-tuning it. We're making it appropriate. It's the 80s. Come on, this is as progressive as things are ever going to get. Until Reagan nukes us all. So the point is, that's what we're going to do. This is what we have to do. This is also, forget about this for sales or whatever. If you want to save this comic book company, we have to do something like this. Let me see his pitch. He grabs the pitch of that Chip is doing. Says, I can use a few things in here, certainly. This is fun. This is cute. This can be one of the two.
It is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We could even, perhaps we could write it together, or it could be, whatever. The point is.
I think that would be perfect. Old and new.
The point is.
By old, I mean you, and new, I mean, I'm kidding.
Oh, that would be a very correct way to sort of. Alright, the point is. Oh, God. He shoots back something. It says, I'm not sober anymore. No, I have to drink to get this. Okay, so. There it is. That's the pitch.
I love it.
Of course you do. It's brilliant. So, what do you say?
Sorry, how do these things get pitched to the editors? to the main people?
He's pitched dinner. You'll just go back and tell Charles, like, this is the flag we're going to plant. It's a combination of, honestly, actually, for fun's sake, you should say that Malcolm has to sit down with Chip.
I would like that.
Okay. So we'll cut to a meeting between Malcolm and Chip, where Malcolm is just like ranting about this sort of stuff, and Chip.
And Carlotta is there, right?
Oh yeah, you're present for sure.
Okay.
Let's see what I'm gonna roll for Chip's reaction.
Okay.
Chip is just gonna listen to all this and say, well, gosh, this is I don't understand most of what he's saying, and I don't think it's just his accent. But I have to tell you, I really liked that Ghost Man book you wrote, Oh Frienda, and I thought it was a very, muy bueno, and I thought it was a very, kind of, so, it was a little more risque than I usually like, but I get it's for grown-ups, so it's okay. But I think I think what you're pitching, I don't know if you need to have it be so, I think there's a few things in there that might be a little mean or pointed, but I do have to say, I've also always hated the way that the Jupiter Crisis ended wrong. It was not right for the character, It's much more interesting for I think, look, I love Al Starr. He's a great guy. He's a genius. He's created a lot of amazing characters. But I do understand. I see what you're doing here, Mr. Chap. But I think we could do something cool with all this.
Carlotta's just gonna be like, encourage him to say something nice and friendly to Chip with her eyes.
No, it was yes, and I've also liked many of the comics you've written because they're I like the one I like the armament one you did where where the weapon he did was I like where the weapon he made was a virus. I thought that was funny. Oh yeah, I got that from War of the Worlds. I thought you might have. Yeah. So.
Well, thanks so much, Chip. I'm so excited about this collaboration. I think it's going to be great.
Cool. So now it just goes to pitching it to Charles and Lewis.
Yep. I will pitch it to them.
Okay. So
don't ask me to do it verbally.
So we'll cut. Here's the question: are you going to have Malcolm pitch it to them, or are you going to give them a document explaining your plan?
I will give them a document. I will have put everything together concisely, clearly,
Typed
because
it up nice.
Exactly.
Okay. I will say to you as an editor, it probably makes more sense to just have Malcolm write this, but there is a nicer gesture in having them co-write it somehow.
Yeah.
So your plan is to just have them co-write it?
Yes.
Hemlock and Nightingale. Sounds like a Victorian detective agency. All right, so as you sort of bring this in, Charles will take the pitch, and this is written by both of them?
Yeah. Collaboration to bring the classics and the new together.
All right, let's take a look. He starts reading.
It's daring. I know.
Lewis says, what is it saying? He hands it to him and he says, I'm gonna skip to the part that you're gonna freak out about, Lewis. At the end of it, they reset everything and Meridian's a black woman. And Lewis says, you can't do that.
Why?
Because no one in the South will read this book.
But there's plenty of other people who will. And eventually they will come around.
You can't afford to be isolating anyone. Wait, no, that's not the only thing. So wait, you're getting rid of... So at the end, it's Shinobi Red and Meridian and Ghost Man are the big three now?
Yeah.
That's, that'll play here. That'll play in LA, maybe.
Okay.
We can't do this. That's crazy.
You wanted to do something that's daring, that's not been done before. This is it. This is going to be our Hail Mary. I'm telling you. We need more diversity. We need more voices. And we need something unique that nobody else is doing.
Carlotta, I want you to do a read person on him.
I want to increase that by 15.
Increase it by 25.
I'll increase it by 25.
Make a roll. Spend a power and give yourself a bonus. I'm just telling you to do that.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's not bad. But 30.
30 is a hard success.
Uh-huh.
You, as you're sort of saying this about diversity, you know that he understands this is important, but it is 1985. And that is, the disturbing thing is that there are markets where having a black major superhero, even in the 80s, like, by that point it was kind of over, but, like, changing Superman to a black woman would be very controversial. Like, he's from a business perspective, he's not totally gross. I mean, he's gross, but he's not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But you're looking at him, and you know that there is, you've seen it earlier, you've overheard him. There is one bullet you could fire. There is one thing that he, as much as he's reading this, there is one person he can no longer stand so much. There is one figure who he's so frustrated by, who's threatening to like create like a hostile takeover of this company with like outside investors and whatever, and proxy boards and all this sort of stuff. You haven't been playing up that angle of it, but there's a small part of you that thinks that if you tell him that the whole point of this is that it's tearing down Alstar, that Alstar will hate this, you wonder if that might do it.
Okay.
It's just like, I can't.
In addition to everything that's already in there, this is a way to send a message to Alstar.
What, a message that we don't know what we're doing?
No, a message that he doesn't know what he's doing.
What do you mean?
She'll explain it.
You'll explain how the villain is Alstar. It's all okay. Then in that case, I want you to you can either make an explain roll or a charm persuade roll. They're the same for you at this point, and I'm sure you'll just add points to either one. But which one would you like to do?
I'll do charm. What?
No, yeah. Explain means you're taking him point by point through it, explaining all of Malcolm's plan.
Oh, that's true.
Charming is just charming is to just like charming is to.
I'll do explain then, and okay. I'll add 15.
Perfect.
20. I'll add 20.
20. Love it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
15.
Well, the 15 with you having added 20. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll spend a power. A luck.
You can spend 1 luck to get that to an
extreme success. I will.
All right. So you basically, in response to this, Carlotta, even though it's a thing that you have been telling Malcolm to like tone down a lot of the stuff, at the end you're just like, so this wizard in the wizard shape, the one who created the world and did all this stuff, is a thinly veiled explanation of Alstar. You can see here, how he's always trying to bring in these older versions and kind of keep things progressive and whatever. The point is, in the end, his own creations sort of destroy the aberration that sort of exists with him, while still sort of acknowledging that he created this thing, blah, blah, blah. And he listens to all of that, and because you got an extreme success, okay, why not? That means he's burning it down if it doesn't work anyway. Yeah, all right, go. Fine. And Charles goes, I did not read this carefully enough. That's what this, oh boy, okay.
Yeah, you're not going to regret it.
Wow.
It's going to put us back on the map.
Wow. Okay, all right, fair enough. Lewis just is kind of rubbing his head and says, all right, I have a lot of phone calls to make if we're doing this. Well, I need this written and drawn. If we're doing this, get Who's like, I want the biggest selling artist on this. I want like the just this has to be the best of these books.
Would Louise still be alive? We don't know. It's okay if she's not. She might not be working anymore.
How old do you think Louise is in that game?
I don't know. I figured we were all in our like mid-20s. Maybe Ted's a little older. Like
mid-20s. So this is literally 40 years. It's like 38 years later. She'd still be alive. Carlotta, if you think of Louise, she shouldn't draw the book. She's not fast. She's not a whatever thing.
She's old school.
She's old school.
Yeah.
She should paint the covers though. You can pitch that if you want to.
Okay. I know that she wouldn't do the art for the book itself, but Louise Clay, she should do the cover art. Especially with this new direct market, like people are all about covers.
Charles goes, direct market, we can print them on cardstock.
Exactly.
We can print full color paintings.
Yeah.
Louise goes, that's going to be so much more expensive. Lewis does. And he goes, yeah, but that's because what
she's
we're doing
worth
is
it.
Better. What we're doing it. This is how we elevate it. And Lewis goes, fine. So Charles says, all right, well, Carlotta.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good thing you've put together here. Now make it happen. And Carlotta, he leans in, and you've never seen Charles this intense. And he says, I want the first issue to print in 6 weeks. And we do not miss an issue after that. 12 issues. Every single one on time. You understand?
Absolutely. Yeah. We've got this.
Go right now.
Okay. I won't even stay out late most nights. She'll leave.
All right. He just leads back and shakes his head and says, I don't even know what we're doing. This is crazy. And Lewis says, it's crazy, but I mean, whatever. Unless the first one is a big seller, like, we're here, the company's under. If we blow this up, if this first one sells big, if we demonstrate we're doing something big, we're riding the ship, we'll be fine otherwise. So make sure that first one is a banger. And Charles goes, Carlotta, tell Malcolm and Chip something huge has to happen in the first one. Something real big, something huge.
Yep.
And with that, as Carlotta gets to work on the Crisis War, Lauren, there's almost no way you will remember this, but do you remember that the Crisis War is what you guys went back to in 1985 in Temple Flight to reset, to face off against Cathalgraph and Wizard Shape? So this is literally, all of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Especially when you mentioned the astral plane, I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah, that's where the helpful devil and Captain Eldridge got lost, and then he got found and turned into Synth Devil.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, everyone, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. Lauren, I hope you enjoyed that. I know that was kind of a weirder thing, but I appreciate you that. And yes, Karen Berger is 100% who this character was supposed to be sort of inspired by. And yes, I was kind of like Malcolm Nightingale is sort of a combination of Neil Gaiman, Alan Moore, even Grant Morrison, albeit a bit early. Kind of just these, these fantastic sort of British writers who came in the 80s and upended things. I'm looking back over things. Hold on here. Reagan was president from 81 till 89, and then Bush Senior was elected in 88. Is why I was referencing Reagan. I'm just saying that to James from Texas. Ramona Fradley. I don't think I know who that is. Oh yes, I do. Oh yeah, I am familiar. Yeah. Oh yes. Okay, that's cool. Well, thanks everyone for watching. This was kind of an interesting one. They aren't cutting off they basically, what this is implying is that the event that brought back you guys as Top Flight was is that you guys were actually like that lineup had previously been Top Flight. So the story that we did was someone doing some weird new event where like the whole Top Flight team gets killed by the trifecta, and now the Golden Age team takes over. Like, but the joke is that they've all been C-list heroes. You know?
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. Though this was a huge reset, just like in real comic books, the universe has been reset multiple times since this thing in 1985. Because of the stuff. This is just one that, but this one was still one people would remember about. So yeah, so great. Oh yes, I think I actually have heard about the Mark Millar, Legion of Super. Mark Millar is a I don't know about Mark Millar, guys. He has certainly written some very good comic books, but yeah. Well, thank you everybody. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Graham Morrison's Animal Man is so good.
I don't know about
Grant Morrison is great. Grant Morrison is great. I recently reread, speaking of early Grant Morrison, I recently reread just like the original Arkham Asylum, and it's so good. Yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow with the Dreamlands. I think the Lantern in the Gate has a minor chance of winning. It's been a hard road for the Lantern in the Gate. Lauren, the joke of this is that Lantern in the Gate is overwhelmingly winning this week. I think there's been 4 votes for the other thing and 20 or something for the Lantern in the Gate. So it finally has its day. That'll be tomorrow. We'll be going to Raven's Dread to look into the Stranglewood Gate to see what we can learn about Orlando. So that'll be tomorrow night. On Wednesday, we're back with more Top Flight Tales, which is, the universe that's being created in this one, whatever. And then on Friday, we're back with Blood from a Stone. And 1 week from tonight, we finally have the return of Here Be Dragons. But in 2 weeks, we'll be back with more of this game. Although I think literally in 2 weeks, I think Lauren may not be here and Liv will be here. So it may just be another God knows what. So that'll be really fun. So join us for all of that. Please go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes and check out the wiki. Sophia does. I never really plug the Instagram.
Oh, sorry. You have so much work to do.
Oh yeah, this wasn't. You don't got to do anything for tonight. Tonight was just for fun. You don't have to remember any of this. Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of fun stuff. I don't know, Lauren. Do you want to mention anything or plug anything?
No, I'm still on hiatus.
Perfect. I will say thank you to everyone for chatting today. I think we had a lot of fun conversation going on in chat about, and I think it's clearly people enjoy comic book stuff, so there were some fun things. So thanks for sharing all your intel on that today. That was a lot of fun. So thank you. This was great. Do we have any? I can send you those names, Sophia. Ping me if I forget to do that. You can
ping me.
Ping me.
No, I know it's a thing, but isn't that old?
Yes.
Language?
So am I.
Not that much old.
You ping someone. It's a radar ping. It's like ping to let them. Like if I don't think what.
DM.
Why would I say DM?
Poke him on Facebook.
That you can't do that. I'm not on.
I know. You don't even have Facebook.
I don't have Facebook. I mean, I have I guess I technically do, because if you have an Instagram, don't you have a Facebook?
I don't know.
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a Facebook. Ping is better. Look at that. Ping is better.
There you go.
It's a radar. It's a ping. It lets you know the person's there, and then they come for exfiltration.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate all the fun chat. And I look forward to seeing everyone again on our next game. Until then, to be continued.
Bye.
Bye-bye.